What's up everyone, and welcome back to another PoE economics video. Now it's been a little while since the last upload, and that's why today we're starting off with a fairly simple but very profitable strategy. As you can already see, we have a huge amount of heavy belts here, specifically Headhunter heavy belts, and today we're going to craft them bulk. I've already tested this method and made significant profit with it. I want to show you the strategy because it's so easy to execute, and it might even teach you some important core concepts about corruptions and probabilities inside the game. On top of that, it has very strong profit potential, so it's something a lot of players can realistically use. Now you'll see a time lapse of me buying all of these belts. On average, I bought them for around 8 to 11 divines each. In some cases, I paid a bit more, maybe 1 or 2 divines extra, when someone had many belts available at once. That's purely for convenience though, because it saves a lot of time compared to messaging dozens of different sellers. So if you're patient and only buy the absolute cheapest, your margins can be even higher than mine. But it will take more time and effort, especially if you're trying to fill something like multiple quad tabs. Now for me, buying all of these took about half an hour. So if we do the math, with 144 belts in one tab at roughly 8 to 11 divines each, we're investing somewhere between 1,152 to 1,584 divines just for the basis. On top of that, we need some crafting materials, which at most add another 100 divines. So that puts our total investment roughly between 1,250 and 1,680 divines. Now that might sound like a lot, but you'll soon see why this works. Because we're crafting in such a large bulk, the randomness starts to even out. This isn't deterministic crafting, and yes, there's still gambling involved, but with this many items, your results trend towards the average, and that average is profitable. In most cases, you're looking at consistent profit, or at the very least, breaking even. Now, this method is best if you're still trying to grow your currency beyond 1 mirror's worth of divines. If you are already beyond that, this probably isn't the most time-efficient strategy for you, because buying the bases takes time and your capital could be used in higher scale trades. But if your goal is to steadily build towards a mirror or just generate reliable profit, this is a very solid approach. If you want to see strategies like this earlier, check out the PoE Economics membership. And also, if you want to participate in the PoE Economics Fund, where we are basically pooling currency together to do these kinds of crafts and make a shit ton of profit for everyone. So even if you don't want to spend anything, go ahead and at least check it out. Alright, that's it for the setup and time lapse. Let's get into what we're going to do with all of these heavy belts. Now, first things first, we need to identify all of the heavy belts that we haven't yet. And you can see it's quite a lot, so this might take some time. So what you want to do is you want to buy any heavy belt that has more than 2 charm slots. The rest of the stats don't matter. We basically want clean base, like you can see. Sometimes you want to buy just the 2s because they're fairly cheaper and it doesn't really make a big difference for anyone. Now, what we'll do first is we will take the Val Orb and we will Val all of these Headhunter heavy belts, and what we're looking for is a resistance. Now, if we don't get any resistance in the implicit, what is an option is that we don't continue the craft, but I was to do it out of convenience. You will see in a second why. Alright, we've corrupted all of these heavy belts. What we will do next is we will take the Architect Orb. These are fairly cheap right now. You can get 2 for 1 divine, and then we corrupt them again. Okay, let's just go through these results one by one. And then at the end, I will show you how much profit we will make from this. Now it's been a couple of hours, so let's get over the results and what heavy belts have sold and how much profit we will have made at the end. Now first off, you can see we've got quite some belts left over in the shop tab itself, as well as also in the quad tab. So these will likely sell for at least another 200 to 300 divines in total, but we've already made a significant profit with the ones that have already sold, so I want to show them to you real quick. Now first off, we sold this Headhunter heavy belt because of ES and fire resistance for 80 divines. Then we sold this one down here because of the double implicit resistance, as well as fairly high rolls for 600 divines, and this one also for 600. And then if we scroll down a bit further, I had to sell this one for 500 because it also has double implicit resistance, but you can see the strength and dex is very, very low, as well as it only having 2 charge slots. So this one sold for 100 divines because of ES and resistance as well. Of course, this one also has 3 charge slots, a very high stun threshold, as well as some very nice stats. So that's why this one sold for 100 and this one for 80. Now with just, divines, depending on, of course, how much we spend exactly acquiring the bases. I didn't specifically calculate that. So at the beginning, we spent around 1,200 to 1,500 divines in total. I'd say we have made around maybe 600 to 1,000 divines profit in total, which is pretty good. I mean, if you're at the point of having a mirror or more currency, I wouldn't say that you couldn't make more by just margin trading without having all of this trouble. But for anyone that doesn't have that many things yet, is maybe trying to get up to a mirror or just wants to try something different, some gamba, this might be something for you. So go ahead and try it out. I highly recommend it, at least as long as the market permits it. There's going to be multiple trade links in the video description, so you can check out the current prices are for the bases, as well as for the highest selling belts. Now, thank you very, very much again to all of the Tier 1 and Tier 2 members who are supporting this project a lot. A lot of love goes out to you guys, as well as thank you to everyone who has watched this video to the end. Don't forget to check out the Discord.